So now we've got three really exciting demos lined up of some really cool examples of things that you can do in Bubble. So first up, I'd like to introduce Prashant. Prashant is a seasoned low-code developer with 5 years' experience developing in Bubble. After selling his first app to his university during his senior year, he launched Zeroic, which a lot of us have probably heard of. It's a successful no-code agency while he was working as a full-time analyst at JP Morgan. He recently transitioned to focus on his agency and now serves as CTO for Nesti, which is working with real estate companies across the UK on automated video generation and sales processes, which is something is pretty desperately needed, I think. So welcome, Prashant.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. It was a lovely day today, actually. I mean, it's pretty interesting with all kinds of developments that are coming with the editor, with Bubble, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to demo Nesti, which is an AI-powered inbound agent for real estate for the real estate sector in the UK. Now, what this does is it helps real estate agents across the UK and with bringing down the time that's spent on automating or on having calls with customers or with users who could probably turn later into customers. So it's an interesting space where we are trying to bring down the time that they spend on these kind of calls, on the kind of conversations that they would have with users, and then replace that with an agent setup. Coming to the team, it's a very small team right now, and I mean, personally, I've been building with them for a very long time, probably close to a year now. And it's been pretty interesting with the way that we have grown. We have already started a beta with quite a few real estate companies in the UK. And yeah, I mean, we are being backed by some of the angels that have been present in the space for a very long time, including a few VCs as well. Yeah, coming to the product now. Basically, whenever there is an agent incoming call, there are quite a few things that they need to go through, right, through their process. They need to ask a few questions, do the entire qualification setup, and then find relevant properties or any kind of relevant deals that they would get for this person. After that, then they book viewings, then they go ahead and start closing, closing deals, getting all the paperwork, everything done. Now, all this, the entire process, right from the beginning to the end, we have this in 4 different stages, from training to handling to qualification and then syncing. So at the time of training, what happens is a real estate agent comes in, they record a quick video of themselves, and that becomes the baseline for that particular real estate company, right? So the agent, the AI agent that gets created becomes a replica of that real estate agent, and it's a video and a voice replica as well, right? So they come in, they record themselves speaking, and an entire AI replica or a digital replica is created for that particular real estate agent. So that is what happens with the training process. After that, they also upload what their regular SOPs look like, right? Any kind of calls, conversations, anything that's happening in the background, they upload all of that, their knowledge base, their list of properties that they have on the market. There are quite a few CRMs that also do that, so they just connect that to Nesti. And then the third step is when the agent goes live, right? So you basically just get a contact number that a real estate agent can just share with customers across the UK, and then they can start making calls to it. Whenever there are calls, and this is going to be a part of a live demo that I'll just be doing after you're just done with a few more slides. But that's essentially how the entire process works. And finally, sync and log is where we have the entire set of conversations that have happened. They're all put into the agent CRM, and it's also available to get more AI insights out of it. Yeah, coming to the 3 channels that we generally operate in. The first is voice, which is the demo that we'll be doing today. The AI voice is powered, again, by models from OpenRouter. And we are using a few conversational platforms to allow the voice agents to be created. The AI avatars is where you create your own digital replica, and then that gets, that just gets created as a digital replica of yourselves, which can go ahead and start joining meetings on behalf of you. And thirdly, we have the chat, which is what happens across WhatsApp, text, SMS, all of that. And all these three are being powered by a single AI brain. So irrespective of where the conversation is happening between a real estate agent and a probable customer, all of that is just being fed into a single AI brain. And irrespective of the channel, the conversation stays the same. A few stats that we just got. We have already in part of our beta with, I think, about 5 to 7 odd real estate companies. We have support for multiple languages, 24/7 availability, and then we've got 800 customizations across voice, video, lots of plans on when to start or when to stop speaking, latency, all of that. And finally, the stack that powers it all, right? We've got Bubble, of course, as the full stack solution. Some might just wonder why we also have Superbase as an addition for our backend, and that's basically for powering all the conversations that happen, storing all the conversations so that we can run more insights on it. It's just because it's a bit more performant, which is why we have a part of our database stored in Superbase. N8N is another up-and-coming tool. If you might have heard about it, it's pretty much mainstream now because of AI orchestration. You can create agents, you can run lots of different workflows, conditions, and all. And finally, OpenRouter is the platform that allows us to connect to multiple LLMs, just depending on our use case or convenience. So this is how the product looks like, right? So we have the real estate company coming in. They set up their entire profile, and then at the top right, you get to see the contact number that they can call. Please don't do that, because I'll just be doing a phone call right now. But you get the number over there. You get the portal link next to it, where a user can just come in, say for Real Estate London, if you just call that as an agent. A person can just go there, log into Nesti, and start having a real conversation with a replica, right? A replica of a real estate agent. Over here, you get quite a few CTAs or a few actions that have been requested by users during the course of different conversations. And on the right-hand side, you just get to see all the conversations that are there. There are, of course, quite a few more tabs that are available, but this is entirely how the dashboard looks like. Again, built entirely on Bubble. And yeah, it's really proven to be kind of a game changer for us just because of the fact that we can iterate really quickly. What you see probably right now is V10 or V20. Coming from V1 to V20 took us probably just about 3 to 4 months, which is what the convenience that Bubble gives you, right? If you are probably going on a full stack solution, it's going to take a while. But when it comes to Bubble, you're really bringing down the speed of execution. At the same time, we also had the option to go down the vibe code route, which we tried to do, which we did. I mean, I've got a background in full stack development, so I thought maybe this is something that we could go ahead and try. But I would say it's good to bring probably the first version of your product, but then after that, it was, pretty, I would say, tough to even start making small edits, small changes to it. So this is why we just stuck to the stack, and it's working well for us. And probably I'll make a call right now to one of the estate agents that we have, and we'll see how that goes.
Hello, I'm Jane from Nesti. How can I help you today?
Hi, I'm looking to buy a property in Shoreditch.
Great choice. Shoreditch is a vibrant area. Let's get started with a few details to help you find the perfect property. May I have your name, please?
My name is Emmanuel.
Cool, let me record that. Thank you. Emmanuel, is the phone number ending in 6532 the best number to reach you on?
Yep, that's right.
Got it. I'll add that to your details. Perfect. Now, besides Shoreditch, are there any other areas you're considering?
No, I think that's about it. Probably somewhere around Protein Studios would be fun.
Protein Studios is a fantastic spot with lots of creative energy. Now, do you have a property to sell as well, or are you solely focused on buying?
No, I'm just wanting to buy a property.
Got it. What type of property are you interested in? For example, a flat house or something else?
So I'm interested in probably a 5 BHK with a space with a common area for about 200 people.
That sounds like an exciting space. A 5-bedroom house with a large common area is quite unique. Are there any key features you're looking for, such as parking or a garden?
All right, I think, yeah, I'll probably just need a parking, but yeah, that's about it. I'm really looking forward to getting a viewing at probably sometime this week.
Parking noted. I'll make sure to find options that include that. Regarding viewings, do you have any specific days or times this week that would work best for you?
Probably right now would be good.
I'll check the availability for immediate viewings and get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, would you like to...
That's about it. So that's basically how the entire agent works. One last thing, I think if you can just refresh this page, you'll just be able to see the conversation right at the top. Yeah, that's the one. That's my number. And yeah, that's the entire log of the conversation, the summary that's right at the bottom, and yeah, everything regarding the actions and all that are visible on the right. Now, once you go back to the home page, you'll be able to see all the quick actions that are visible, that are available for this particular customer. I get a WhatsApp message after this where I can continue the conversation, or I can request a call back, or I can simply just join a meeting, talk to the replica, and then go forward from there. Now, this is going to save countless hours for all real estate agents, and this is what we're trying to bring to the UK market and then across the world. So I hope this was something fun to know. And yeah, I'll get any questions probably later on once we are done with the event today. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. That was an awesome demo. I love to see a live demo as well. So well done for going for it, because you never know what's going to happen, but that was awesome. So next up, for our next demo, we've got Tom. So Tom's a no-code problem solver who's been building with Bubble since 2020, helping founders, agencies, and developers bring complex ideas to life. His journey with AI began in 2016, so quite early, long before it became the next big thing. Today, AI is at the core of every product he creates, as he continues to explore new ways to combine the power of visual development with AI. And he's also spoken at a few of our Create With events as well, and he's absolutely fantastic. So welcome, Tom.
Hello, everyone. Hello. And yeah, welcome to the world of AI agents. A world when, all the people previously building automations rebranded themselves as agents builders and now making money on it, right? So today I would like to tell you more about building AI agents in pure Bubble. But firstly, let me start with some kind of a definition of what AI agent is, because it's often being misunderstood. So it all started with a simple chatbot where we can interact with, and then we went to AI assistants. And this is an example conversation with AI assistant, right? And an AI assistant is like more advanced chatbot. It knows about us, it knows about conversation context, about previous message. We can ask questions, it will respond with some intelligent answers, and it will have also our history, some memory, but again, this is not an agent. This is an example conversation with an assistant, right? What task do I have to do today? An assistant can fetch the information from, for example, our previous conversation and give us the list of what we have scheduled for today. And from the technology part, it's just a call to OpenAI, Claude, or any other LLM with a question, and the LLM gives us an answer. We can provide another question and keep the whole conversation history here in the messages list, right? This is how LLMs maintains memory. We just put them in the conversation history. But Okay, and this is where we are with most of AI agents. With my experience and with the projects I build with clients, often I get a question about building AI agent, but we ended up with a simple assistant, a simple call to AI, then making some actions based on the result, and then making another call, or just ends like this. So what is AI agent? AI agent is like another step. It has, of course, all the features of AI assistant. It has the context understanding, it's able to respond to questions, but it can also manipulate data, it can execute actions, but the most important thing, it can make decisions, and it has some kind of an autonomy, right? This is agent. And again, 99% of AI deployments are not AI agents, but AI assistants. So how to build AI agent? I mean, building AI agent is like going through this flow. So user input or some kind other trigger, then AI agent process this input, and this is the crucial point. I mean, the decisions, performing tasks based on decisions, or requesting more information. So this is what we call a decision loop, right? And building this decision loop is the most important thing when we are thinking about building AI agent. The AI agent should be able to perform this task, decide what kind of task to perform, and then in the loop make another tasks, and maybe communicate with other agents. So the chatbot is the simplest form of AI. This is where it all started. Then we have an AI assistant, and then eventually AI agent. It combines all the previous features, and it has some kind of an autonomy, and it's able to perform tasks on its own. So, okay, so what is AI agent? It's like chat completions, some kind of a structured output, calling functions, and this decision loop. This is how we build agents, right? So it gathers information, decides what to do next, executes, learns from these results, and again, gathers information, decides, and so on. This is the loop that we need to build. So if you are familiar with end-to-end, I mean, who is familiar with end-to-end? Okay, a lot of you. So in end-to-end, we have this AI agent, right? So we just put it in the flow. We connect the chat model. We connect some kind of a memory. And the most important thing, that we are connecting those tools. And when we click play, or when we fire up this flow, the agent runs and is trying to run this model. This model performs actions and run those tools, right? So this is how most of AI agents are built, thanks to this end-to-end feature. And a lot of people think that this is the only way to run AI agents in Bubble, right? So the simplest thing, we are buying an AI subscription, and we are connecting AI agents through this. And yeah, I like to push Bubble to its limits. So some time ago, I realized that actually we can build the same flow using only pure Bubble. And today I'm going to give you a framework on how to build it. Of course, super short, but at the end I will share an example app with an editor open, so you can play around on your own. Okay, so how to build it with Bubble? We start, of course, with API connector and building a simple call. I'm using OpenAI, but it can be any other LLM that is able to perform function calling. So we set up this API call. This is simple. And the next part is agent memory. When we are talking about memory, and for example, client reaches out to me and he wants to build an AI with memory, and he heard, because he already asked ChatGPT, that he needs to build something like RAG memory. In, again, 19% of use cases, this is not needed. To build a simple memory, we just put it in the prompt. I mean, every time user asks the question, we save it in either in database. Here in this app, I save it in custom state. Every time AI assistant answers, again, we put it in the custom state, and we with the models that we have, for example, 1 million token prompt, it's easier to put the memory like the list of prompts inside of building a RAG integration. 90% of use cases, this is enough. So this is how I built with this example app. Every time user asks, I add it to the list of questions, and assistant answers to the list of answers. And I put all of these messages in another prompt. The most important part, tools that AI can use. What are these tools? The tools are just JSON. This is how we describe tool. And when we call OpenAI, when we call LLM, we just send him a list of tools, a list of JSON. So this is an example of tool. This agent will be able to send emails. But the thing is that agent cannot perform sending emails. It doesn't have the ability of sending emails. The agent can, based on our prompt, based on our question, decide if he needs to send an email and respond to our application that he wants to use this tool. And this is how OpenAI will respond. It will respond with the function name send email and the definition that we set up. So it will give us the body of an email that it wants to send. And in this app, I've created four tools, 4 functions, because this app is the simplest app that everybody starts with. It's the to-do list app, but the app that agent can perform to-dos on his own and do the research on the web as well. And I keep all this in option sets. You can, of course, keep them in the database. So this is the list of tools. Each tool has its name and the JSON definition. And those JSONs can be built with OpenAI. You can ask OpenAI to build a JSON of a tool. OK, we have this list. And then we need to prepare a call with tools. This is a call with tools. Here we have the list of messages, I mean the whole list of the messages with the history, and the list of tools. And the list of tools is a list of JSONs, right? So here we are passing the list of all the JSONs that we prepared, I mean the list of option sets. And in each of the call to OpenAI, we are passing these messages and these tools. And this is how end-to-end does it under the hood. And then the hardest part, loops, right? Because we need to create something like a decision loop in Bubble. Bubble can handle loops, but it's tricky, as we all know. So this is what I called it, the hardest part. So we need to get a result from OpenAI, check if we need to call the function. If OpenAI says, I want to call a function with this tool, then call this function, so trigger a custom event. We are calling this function based on the decision from OpenAI, returning, checking if there are more functions, and then if there are no more functions, going back here. So this is a decision loop, and this is how it looks like in workflows. I have something what is called function looper. So when call agent is triggered, when user input the question, I'm calling to OpenAI, and then running this function looper if OpenAI responds with the tool calls. So if OpenAI decides that it needs to use tools, I'm running this function in Bubble. And this function, of course, it adds the history to the JSON to maintain the history, but it calls the function, another function called function router. And function router is a function which decides which tool to run. I mean, which tool to run inside Bubble. So again, OpenAI says, I want to send an email. And it responds with this to us. And we decide to trigger send email inside Bubble. And how to do loops in Bubble? You can do, this is, of course, you can do it in backend workflows, but this is whole frontend. To do loops in Bubble in frontend, you can schedule a custom event from itself. I mean, you can't. So to do this, you need to schedule this function looper from here, from this, and copy-paste it here. So this is a workaround. Hopefully, Bubble won't take this out after this presentation, but this is a workaround how to do loops on front-end in Bubble. And then this send email. This is easy because it sends an email. So in these custom events, in these functions inside Bubble, you can use any of the Bubble functions in workflows. The trickiest part is to read the values from JSON. I use the simple plugin to read the JSON and get value by key, because as we all know, this is also hard in Bubble, but this plugin can handle it pretty well. For example, the function research web, it is more complex because instead of sending email, it's calling another AI. I mean, it's Sonar, so Perplexity, doing research on the web, and then returning this result. So if you build such an app, a similar app, you are able to recreate all these agents flow that you are building with ADNN in pure Bubble. OK, if you need background autonomy, of course, use backend workflows. And this is the live playground for you to try it out, because I ran out of time. So take a photo of it. And the editor is open, the preview, username, and password. You can play around with it. And I'm here after the presentations if you need any assistance on building AI agents, or if you have any questions on how to do it with Bubble. And yeah. In case you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn profile, email, and Twitter called X. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom, for showing us a bit about AI agents in Bubble. I'm going to be trying some of that out. That was really cool. So we have one final demo now, which is Alex. So Alex is the founder of My AskAI, where he's building AI-powered customer support agents, generating $60K a month in recurring revenue. So it's a really, really awesome app. He's a serial founder and self-proclaimed AI geek. Alex has sold 4 micro-businesses and continues to push the boundaries of no-code and AI. He's a seasoned Bubble professional and a skilled Python and JavaScript developer too, blending technical experience with entrepreneurial drive to create tools that scale, which it sounds like he has. So welcome, Alex. Can't wait to hear about it.
Very flattering introduction. So yeah, I'm Alex, co-founder and CTO of My AskAI. My co-founder Mike is sitting over there. As we were saying, we provide AI customer support agents for companies to automate their customer support. We are a 2-person business. We're doing about 60K MRR at the moment, and we handle about 100,000 customer support tickets a month for our businesses. I want to show you our product. I want to tell you a bit about how we're doing it. There's a short Q&A at the end, so if there's anything you want to dive into in a bit more detail, then please wait for that as well. So where do we begin? Well, back in late 2022, when some of the AI models started coming out, we released our first product. You could upload a CSV of company data. You got a fine-tuned model out the back of that. Not super, super useful. Wind forward a couple of months, some of the new AI models come out which actually allow people to start chatting with their data. This is where that trend really started to begin. We realized that this is the use case that people really wanted, not to train their own models. So we pivoted towards this. Wind forward a year later, we're sort of stuck and hovering at around 15K MRR, sorting pretty much every kind of chat with your data use case you can imagine. So we dive into our customers' data. We look at who's using it the most, who's spending the most, and we realized that all of that really was concentrated in customers using our product for customer support. So we doubled down on this use case. We doubled down on this niche, AI agents for customer support. Wind forward a year again. This is where we are today. Grinding away, growing the business, getting it up to 60K MRR, seeing some of those early signs of product market fit, and also starting to work with some enterprises now as well. There's 3 core promises that we give businesses when they come up and sign up with My AskAI. The first is that our product is exceptionally easy to set up, and obviously it is a complex product that we're selling. Our customers are genuinely up and running within a couple of hours with our product integrated within their existing help desk, so their customer support agents are not learning a new tool. The second one is that our AI agents are extremely capable. Beyond just answering accurate knowledge-based questions, our AI agents can now take action. So that might mean making a refund for a faulty product. And the final one is that we deliver some serious return on investment. The first thing is that over the last 30 days, our AI agents resolved 75% of the 100,000 tickets that were processed. That's coupled with the fact that we're about 5 to 10 times cheaper than our competitors and the big incumbents. We only charge about 10 cents per ticket handled. Now let's take a look at the product. So onboarding we have a little secret for our onboarding, and the way that we think about this, our mental model, is we actually like to add in more friction to onboarding, and we actually really start to double down on that IKEA effect. There's actually 5 kind of non-trivial steps that you have to go through in order to create your AI agent. 2 that I'll focus on especially. The first is around adding your knowledge. This is the first one, probably one of the most crucial ingredients to a successful AI agent. Obviously, it can only answer questions about what it knows. So we make this super easy by allowing people to import an existing help desk or help center that they have already. The second is around letting them test their AI agent. This helps us build trust and allows them to build trust in the AI agent. Super, super vital before they want to roll it out to their customers. We actually show them what the AI agent would have responded to the last 30 tickets within their real support inbox by importing those during onboarding. The final step in onboarding is connecting your help desk. In probably under a minute, you can launch an AI agent in any one of these help desks just in a couple of clicks. And what does that actually look like when it's live? If none of you are using this product today, it really works just like someone new joining your team. They are replying to live chat messages, responding to emails within your existing support inbox, and then escalating things to other team members if they need more help. Now, once knowledge-based answers are in a good place, after a couple of weeks, maybe months, companies want to allow the AI agents access to their internal systems and provide their users' data to the AI agent. So this allows the AI agent to then handle use cases like getting the user's last order, providing the latest delivery date, and giving them the tracking link. Or in a more complex case, a 5-step refund process that involves confirming the product, the order, what was wrong with the order, confirming the refund amount, processing the refund using tools like you just saw, connecting to their internal systems to do that, and then coming back to the user and saying, this has been done, you should be refunded $10, that'll be back in a couple of days. And all of that is being done by the agent with no humans involved. Each AI agent also comes with its own powerful insights and metrics dashboard. This helps companies report on their performance, which is obviously extremely important for showing back ROI to the other teams in the business. As I was saying before, in the last 30 days, our agents have resolved about 75% of the tickets that it's handled. And this presents companies with a significant operational kind of efficiency opportunities. Now, this can obviously result in letting people go, but I think more generally what we're seeing is CS agents being redeployed to other customer success roles, or just allowing the business to grow, but the headcount staying the same. And I think that's becoming a much more common trend with companies today as well. The most common question I get from other Bubble developers is, can you scale a business on Bubble? I think there is a false perception that no-code platforms are geared towards, or primarily geared towards, MVPs, early-stage startups, then you kind of grow out of them at some point. I obviously think that is wrong. Our business, I think, handles this very nicely. As I was saying, over 100,000 tickets a month. Underneath the hood, what's powering that is over 5 million API requests a month. We've handled about 1.3 million tickets to date, and this is growing extremely quickly. We're about to get our SOC 2 certification. We work with a number of very large enterprises now who are processing themselves. Some of the newer customers coming on, maybe 30 or 40,000 tickets a month each. So yeah, I absolutely believe that you can scale a business on Bubble. Now, just before I go to the Q&A, I just want to say that Bubble allows me, our sole Bubble developer, to push features and fixes extremely quickly, way faster than I've ever been used to in my career. And I've had a long career working with mobile and web development teams before. But to make me, our sole Bubble developer, even more efficient, I actually built, partly vibe coded, but built a Mac app that wraps the Bubble desktop editor in a desktop app. And it comes with this Command K action palette where you can basically search and jump to any part of your application in under a second. We've got about 20 Bubble developers using this. It's about to launch as a Chrome extension, so feel free to drop me an email if you'd like to get access to this as well. That's enough slides. Be super interested to hear if anyone has a question or an area that you'd like me to dive into in a bit more detail. Thanks for listening. Oh, mics. Yeah, does anyone have a question? Oh, there. Yeah, so the question was, have we ever thought about taking it off Bubble? For sure, right? I'd be kind of lying if I didn't say that. I think I definitely agree with what a lot of Emmanuel was saying earlier, that the vibe coding platforms, like we were mentioning, may actually be opening up and starting to bring a lot more acceptance to tools which are allowing people to build sophisticated apps through a non-code interface. And obviously, previously, people thought, Bubble, no code. At some point, you're going to need to have a coded, your software in code, right? You're going to have to have software developers using it in a traditional way, and they think about it in a fairly traditional sense. In 5 years, none of us really know what that's going to be like. But I think there'll be a much greater acceptance for people to use visual editors, prompt-based editors, to build fairly sophisticated apps. Obviously, we're a little bit away from that right now. So I think that does give me a lot more confidence in thinking about using Bubble for the long term. I'd say if you wind back 2 or 3 years before a lot of the kind of agentic prompt-based app building started, there were probably conversations regularly with myself and my co-founder, like, will it affect the sale of the business? What will a buyer think if we're on Bubble and stuff? But I think a lot of those are kind of fading away. Moving to the enterprise plan was a big game changer for us because we got a lot better uptime and stability. So yeah, those kind of worries are slightly fading away over time and continue to get kind of lesser and lesser. Any other questions? Everyone's a bit tired. Okay, thanks very much for listening. Appreciate it.
Wow, thank you. So 3 awesome demos there, all just quite different as well. And I think it just showcases the amazing stuff that you can do with Bubble. I just continue to be mind blown by it. So thank you to all of the demoists and panelists.
Yeah, thank you very much to all the presenters. I mean, the best way to show what you can do with Bubble is to have users speak, basically, and show what they've done. So thank you very much, everyone. And thank you very much, everyone who came here. This is now done with this more like formal presentation part of things. So thank you very much for attending and for flying in. A lot of people flew from far away, so very much appreciate that. So now the plan is some more social time over there. So there will be drinks and food. So we have quite a few people from the Bubble team here, so very happy to meet over there. And here we have 2 booths, like the mobile booth and the AI booth. So if you want to see what in-app purchases look like in practice, Nick is over there. And then Ludwig and Corey will be on the AI side of things. And yeah, so very happy to have you here. Let's try in an old school fashion. Let's try to do a selfie, I guess. I've been instructed to do that by my team. So I will need everyone to stand up. Yeah.
Thank you.